When you hear the name NSX, what do you think about? Okay, I'm gonna make a quick bet that you did not think of this one, the second generation NSX. We all want to go back to the 90s with that beautiful, simplistic, mid-engined, manual sports car that wasn't as crazy expensive as your Lamborghini Diablo. So when the second generation NSX came out, after a ton of development cycles, we were all shocked to see that it cost as much as a house. And then that made people go, well, why would I buy an Acura or a Honda over a Lamborghini? So you don't really see the second generation NSX that often. But fast forward a few years and that brings us to this, the Acura NSX Type S. Acura took the NSX and turned it up to 11. It looks better, it drives better, and it's faster. But what if I told you this one was also modified? It has these gorgeous HRE wheels, but this actually has a tune on it. So it has a little bit more beans than the normal Type S NSX. So does the Acura NSX Type S redeem the qualities and bring back the holiness of the first generation NSX? Let's go for a drive and find out. Before we get started, this video is brought to you by AG1. AG1 is a nutritional supplement that helps with immune support, energy, recovery, and focus. Every serving has 75 ingredients, including vitamins, minerals, probiotics, and adaptogens. I've actually been exercising a lot more, and I've also been taking AG1 for the past month, and I honestly can't recommend it enough. And unlike pill supplements, all you have to do with AG1 is add the powder to water, and it's incredibly tasty. It's quick, it's easy, and you get everything that you need. I also travel like nobody's business. I flew 200,000 miles this year and still counting. So it's really great to know that I have something to support my immune system. And the more I go into my 30s, the more I realize that it's important to have nutritional health, especially with things like biotin, zinc, and other nutrients to help support my skin, hair, nails, you name it. So go to drinkag1.com/ThatDudeinBlue to get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Thanks to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. Hello and welcome to the NSX Type S. Now, my experience with the NSX name has been extremely fortunate. I have a ton of seat time in the first gen NSX. Woo-wee! He might have the power, but I have the handling, but so does he. Everything from a really clapped out one all the way to a pristine wide-body race car one. Right around 2016 or 2017, I had the opportunity from Honda and Acura to tour this really cool secretive museum called Honda Hall, and I got to see all the Hondas at once. And during that day, they threw me the keys to the brand new Civic Type R and then the brand new NSX. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it because a lot of reviews out there really kind of made it an enemy, and this is why. One, on paper, the second gen NSX was nearly identical to the R35 GTR. So if you're a car shopper, you're watching car reviews, and you're also looking at the spec sheet, you would go, why would I pay so much more money for a car that does the same thing? And it's a Honda or it's an Acura. Why would I buy that over a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a McLaren? But there's just too many options, right, in competition. And I think the second gen NSX really suffered from that. Now, the second gen NSX also had a bunch of development issues where they kept changing their mind on what they wanted to do. And my argument always was, maybe Honda should have done this. A manual, mid-engined, $60,000 to $70,000 sports car, and they would have sold out of all of them. But when they entered that Ferrari Lamborghini territory, I always had a feeling they were going to probably struggle. There was also the other thing that made the second gen really, really good, and that was its torque vectoring. When you drove the new NSX at its limit on a racetrack or on a back road somewhere, and you knew what you were doing, it freaking was incredible. The confidence that it gave you was absolutely astounding. It's because the way the torque vectoring worked, it would rotate the car around with its all-wheel drive system when you do really harsh corners. That's what really made me start to respect the car, but made me feel kind of sorry and sympathetic towards the new NSX. And you rarely ever see them, in my opinion. But today, I made a new friend named Michael. He's super cool, and he was nice enough to throw me the keys to his NSX Type S. This is what a ton of people said they wish this was from the beginning. And my God, did they fix the looks of the new NSX. This is an absolutely beautiful car in Long Beach blue. It's named after the Long Beach Grand Prix that Acura sponsors, with HRE brushed wheels that look absolutely stunning on this car. Along with that, the carbon trim, the carbon front lip, the headlights have been fixed. They don't look as tacky in my opinion. Subtle wing on the back, and also the diffuser. That extra amount of oomph to give it some aggression looks amazing. The other thing though about the NSX was the first time you got in it, you probably didn't know how to put it in drive, because you'd think you would turn this knob or you would just paddle up and go. The issue is that there's a button right here that has D/M, and you might not know what that is. And you hit that once, it's automatic mode. You hit it twice, it's manual mode. It has dynamic modes as well, and it can go from like a normal to a sport plus to a track mode. And we're driving in track mode because why not? It is fantastically comfortable. The seats in the NSX feel like they took everything they've learned from Honda's commuter cars and made them a little sporty, right? They keep you in place, and honestly, sitting in traffic in this thing is an absolute breeze. It's no problem. When you're in like an Aventador or something like that, you feel a little claustrophobic. You're like, I'm in an expensive car. When you're cruising around town in this, it gives you that subtlety of like an Audi R8 when you're cruising around. Also, this car makes 600 horsepower and 492 foot-pounds of torque, and that is with the twin-turbo V6 and also the electric motors assisting it. And basically, the electric motors gives it an extra oomph and gives it a nice push to get it going even quicker. This is also the very first hacked ECU Acura NSX Type S, and it was done by K-Tuner, and they hacked the ECU. Technically, this is the first Type S NSX with a tune on it. So it has a little bit more beans behind it. Yo, wow. This thing is fast, dude. Heck yeah. Wow, that is so awesome how it throws you back. Turbo spool so fast. Wow, this car rips, dude. I'm really impressed, I'm not gonna lie. Man, I already love this thing more than the last one. A little bit of wastegate. Also, can I just add, this has one of the best supercar steering wheels I have ever felt. Feels extremely comfortable in my hands, and I love the turn-in of this thing. As soon as you put any input in it, it zigzags back and forth. Woo! Look, I know a lot of you guys will not be able to really translate it through the camera, but it feels different. This thing kicks you in the butt, dude. I would love to get some track time in one of these. My God. Wow. Yes. The paddles, by the way, are these really nice, like billet aluminum. They feel really good against your fingers, and they have a nice, satisfying click to them. It's also one of those cars where it's almost better driving it with the windows up for sound. Okay, third gear, oh my God. Second gear, you can feel the traction really working. But as soon as you get into third, it gives it like all the beans, like it's boost by gear. The car's also got a 7-speed automatic gearbox, but man, oh man, does it shift fast. The car is just a looker. It feels more special, and it feels like a supercar that can really play with the big boys visually as well. I just want to give a quick shout out to Michael for letting me drive his car. His Instagram is right here, a dude and his cars. Straightforward and to the point. So the 600 horsepower in the NSX is a very unique feeling, 600 horsepower. Sure, are there supercars with higher horsepower? Yeah, but the way this thing throws you in the seat is much more aligned with something like a Porsche 918 of when you feel that electric kick and then it just reels out through the power band. This F-18's flying over me right now. Man, I love it. Listen to that. America. So, Acura NSX Type S. What do I think of it? Man, I'm sad. I want more people to really love this thing. It's just overlooked by all the other big boy brands, and that's what's so frustrating. The thing absolutely rips, dude. It's such a unique driving experience, even just around town, because you have the instantaneous electric torque down low. And on that note, I upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Huge thanks to Michael once again for letting me drive his baby, and also his Instagram is right here. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.